Hello everyone. So this side Ankita. Today we're gonna start with the topic human circulatory system. In this topic, we're gonna understand about the structure, function, and the function of heart, the part of heart, and how the heart pump blood to the whole body. So in the introductory part, we gonna understand about the circulatory system, and then we will move to the part of hearts and the structure of heart. So as you can see that this is our body and this is a heart. So in the human circulatory system, it contains the so many things. So one is the arteries, other one are veins and capillaries. So what are these things? Artery, vein and capillary help heart pumping blood through it. So what is the primary role of the heart? It is to pump the blood. So its primary role is to provide essential nutrition, mineral and hormone to the various body parts. Okay, so as we can see that what heart do, it transfers the nutrient, minerals and hormone to the different part of the body. And what is a different alternative work of the heart? That is also it help in the metabolic waste collecting, toxic, it remove the toxin from the cells, and also purifying and expel that toxic from the body and the tissues. Okay, so coming to the next thing, the circulatory system, which is our heart, and also so other things that it contains heart, which is a central pumping organ, then the blood vessels, that is artery, veins and capillaries, and other, that is very important, the fluid that carries the nutrition and oxygen, that is blood. And what is the function? It distribute oxygen and nutrition, it remove carbon dioxide and waste, and it also maintain the body temperature and pH level. So think of a circulatory system as a highly organized highway system where the heart is controlled in the center and blood vessels are the roads. Okay, imagine that, and delivering life supporting material to every cell. Okay, so coming to the features of circulatory system, as we have read earlier also, it is made of blood, heart, blood vessels and limbs. The most important thing we need to learn about that in human body, the heart do the double circulation. So in one loop it carry the oxygen rich blood, and other it handle the oxygen poor blood, that is called the deoxygenated blood. So what is double circulation? It carries the oxygenated blood and it also handle the deoxygenated blood. And in a human body, or our heart has a four chamber. Okay, so imagine it is a box and it is divided into the four chambers. Okay, so what upper two, like the two one is arteria, and the lower one are ventricles. Okay, so two arteria are the receiving rooms where the blood comes, and the ventricle is the pumping room where the blood goes out. Okay, so as we can see, this is the human heart, and we will see where it is located and what its structure. So the heart is a mesodermically derived organ, and it's situated in the thoracic cavity. And what is thoracic cavity? It is just between the two lungs, but as you can see, the lower part of the heart is tilted towards the left. Okay, and like it is a sign of a fist. Make a fist of your hand, and you can see that whatever the size of your fist is, that is the size of your heart. Okay, so coming to the next part, and you can see the heart is a very sensitive organ, so it need to be covered. So it is covered and protected by the double wall membrane bag, that is pericardium, and it is enclosed in the pericardial flow. So our heart has a four chamber, two upper chamber, that is atria, and two lower chamber, that is called ventricle. A thin muscular wall, what in the between is the interseptal separate between the ventricles, left ventricle and right ventricle. Okay, and there is also if we see in the right atrium and right ventricle, there is a wall which is separated them. So this is also called atrioventricular septum. This is called ventricular septum. And in this thing there is a wall which help to move the blood and stop them to coming back. Okay, so that is called the tricuspid wall. If you can see in the blue part, the right atrium to the right ventricle, there is a wall that is called tricuspid wall. Okay, and if you can see in the left side, the left atrium and the left ventricle, there is a wall which do the same thing, that it help blood coming down, but it stop the blood going back. Okay, so there, that is bicuspid wall. And as you can see, the blood, the portion which is like mentioned in the blue thing, that is the deoxygenated blood. This is the part which carry the deoxygenated blood, and it transfer like what is a, we have learned earlier also, that our heart do the double circulation. So what happened, from the super vena cava and the inferior vena cava, the deoxygenated blood from the body moves to the right atrium, okay, then the right ventricle, okay, and then it pushed to the left pulmonary artery, okay. And where does it go? It goes to the lungs. So it goes to the lungs, okay. So what happened, the deoxygenated blood from the right atrium to right ventricle moved to the lungs through the left pulmonary artery. And what happened after the lungs, after lung mix the oxygen in the blood, then it moves to the left pulmonary vein, and it enter to the left atrium to the left ventricle, okay, through the which wall, bicuspid wall, and then it moves to the aorta, and it push the blood to the whole part of the body, okay. So what we have learned, that there is a 4 chambers of the blood, that is uh, right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, and left ventricle, okay. So this is the all thing. And as we can see also, that our heart normally beat 70 to 50 times in a minute, okay. And this is also like average 72 beats per minute, okay. And our heart, like entire heart, is made of a cardiac muscle. So wall of the ventricles are much thicker than of the atria, okay. So as we can see, the ventricle walls are thicker than the atrial wall, okay. And if you can see that the patch of the tissue present in the right upper corner of the right atrium, remember the image or diagram we have just read earlier, that right atrium, upper right corner of the right atrium, there is a tissue that is called sinoatrial node. And if we go the another mass of the tissue, that is lower corner of the right atrium, okay, that close to the atrioventricular septum, the septum between the atria and ventricle is called atrioventricular node, that is called AVN, and this one is called SAN, okay. And these branches give a minute figure throughout the ventricle and muscular respective side are called the Purkinje fiber, okay. So we have learned important things here, okay. So the summary of these from the NCRT, as we can see, is that circulatory system contain of the heart, blood vessels, and nodal tissues. Heart has a 4 chamber and internal valve ensuring one-way flow. Pericardium protect the heart. Nodal system generate impulse for the rhythmic contraction, okay. And SAN are the natural pacemaker, that is 72 beat per minute. Even when you sleep, your heart nodals system stay awake and working non-stop. So as we have learned the basic of the heart, this is the few questions. You can stop the slide and try to answer these questions. It will help to remember the things you have learned this time, okay. So thank you so much. Your heart never stop working, neither should your curiosity. Appreciate your time and attention, and feel free to ask questions and share your thoughts. Thank you.